respect.
A podcast is not a fucking toaster.
All right, let this.
Any questions?
Let this finish up.
This is the second time we've done this, and this is definitely bigger than it was last year, right? For 2 years now, we've had a lot of people come from all over the place, some from very near, some from very far, to come here and make meaningful relationships, which, like I said earlier, is one of the reasons we do this. Next year, you're going to have the same opportunity to do this again. Come back, tell your friends. Seriously, this is a wonderful opportunity. You got a couple hours left. Keep on making those meaningful relationships. Make connections, and come back next year, and let's do it again.
Alright, that was the tail end of the most recent Dixon Janes episode. It's Thursday, April 25th, 10:53 a.m. And when I last left off, I was headed up to the hostel, which was pretty restorative. Oh, fucking Christ. Another goddamn route. Fuck. God damn it. Yeah, apologies for the language. I can't help myself. Anyway, yeah, I was able to dry some things out in the sun, dry my shirt out, reorganize my backpack, and charge up some things. Did a bunch of internet stuffs, submitted a clip to the Trek for my diet, wrote an email to Osprey, downloaded about my pack, possibly getting another one, since this one's kind of falling apart, and download some podcasts, tried to upload some of my own clips, but the upload speed was abysmal. I think I was only able to do 2 in the course of 2 hours, so not super successful, but it was a good 2 hours, and went back to the lake after that, where everyone was lounging, hung out with Snowbird for a bit, drank a beer, fastest way to become 12 ounces lighter, and then we hiked out to what we thought was going to be a campsite. The hike itself was pretty standard. I think, anytime we go into town and have town food and do a resupply, we're kind of sluggish getting back on trail, especially when we've had beers and stuff. But toward the end of the day, as we were getting closer and closer to the shelter that we hoped to camp close to, Pooh Bear had an idea, after looking at the topography for the day, for us to just push all the way into Damascus. And so Forrest jumped on board pretty quickly, and then I heard about it and I was like, ooh, I like the idea of that. Shortly thereafter, we were collecting water at the time, and I noticed that my pack smelled like beer, and I opened my brain of my pack to find that the IPA that I was really excited about drinking that night had been pierced and punctured, and all of the beer came out of it. 16 ounces of beer all over my bag. Thankfully, my dry stuff stayed dry and it doesn't smell like beer. But in any case, the idea was floated around. I decided to join them in with it. So today we're maybe, I don't know, an hour and a half away from being halfway to Damascus. We got to the shelter last night, and there was nowhere to camp around it. It was terrible conditions, like right on a ridge. Some people had already started to camp around it, and they weren't super conscientious about space. So we decided to press on, and Snowbird was on board for the idea of getting to Damascus today, and Compton actually dropped his shoes, so we didn't see him for most of the afternoon because he had to run back and go get them, his camp shoes. And so we're out here doing that. We have a new member, tentative member, Nikita. He's joined us so far. We'll see if he goes all the way in. But yeah, we were all pretty stoked. So we pushed past the shelter with sort of a profound vigor to do this plan today. And we're getting to the shelter now. So we're 13.4 miles in now, which means we're 3.5 until our real good sit-down break at the road. And So last night we were looking for a place to camp, and we found this little clearing finally that was 1 mile from the shelter. Is everyone taking a break? Let's see. Getting... Oh, right here? That's fine with me.
Huh?
Lunch here?
Yeah, or if there's a spot a little further, but...
I mean, this is fine.
3.5, right?
Huh?
It's 3.5 to the road.
5.
Yeah.
The next spot's, it's another hour.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's better here.
That's fine. Yeah, get some water. Sounds good to me.
What's up with a mouse trap?
Where?
It's like right over there. Live.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, no, it's like on the ground.
That's a good spot. I'm going over there. Ugh. This is exciting. I wasn't expecting to eat for another hour. This is a nice spot. How you feel?
Hungry?
Hungry? It's not enough. Pause this. All right. Just stopped for a nice little lunch at a shelter, a little before I thought we would, but certainly restorative. Right before I stopped talking, I was saying that we found a little place to camp a mile away from the shelter last night, and we actually cowboy camped, which for those who don't know means no tents, just sleeping pads and sleeping bags on the floor, and open to the stars. The weather was pretty good. You know, when we first got in, we set up camp, which was really easy. Put down some tarps and stuff on the ground so we wouldn't get all condensed overnight. Threw our bags down, cooked dinner, and then went to bed shortly thereafter, around 9. It's pretty cool seeing the stars as you go to sleep. Watching satellites and planes go by. And Compton has this app where he can look at the celestial objects and tell us what they are. So he was able to, in real time, tell us like which satellites were what they did and stuff. So that was pretty cool. And overnight, it was a decent enough sleep. Definitely kind of fitful, a lot of tossing and turning, but it got pretty windy and kind of cloudy. It's still kind of partly cloudy today, but good weather. So we woke up at 5:35. All kind of did a mad dash to pack up. We were just like up immediately when the alarm went off, and ate and drank whatever we could quickly. Headed out. I think we were on trail by 6:15, and shortly thereafter, 4 of us had nature call, so we all ran out, did our duty in the woods, then headed on. And we've had 2 water stops, and just now a lunch at 11 that lasted for just a little under 30 minutes. And we'll walk in now, another 3.5 to a road crossing where there has been some confirmed trail magic. Not sure what the state of it is currently, but we're excited to find out. Be another bolstering item to get us through to Damascus. We're not exactly sure where we're going to stay tonight, but options seem to be plentiful, and we can maybe hopefully ask some people at the Trail Magic location if they have any recommendations. But Damascus is a trail town, so there seems to be ample possibility. So it'll just be a matter of what we want to do in terms of amenities and financials. No one really wants to spend a ton of money, but it would be nice to stay a place where we could have reliable internet, laundry, a free breakfast included would be optimal. But yeah, it's a pretty exciting day. Certainly a bit harder in the execution than in the planning phase, but we're getting through it. Hey, how's it going? Thanks, appreciate it. Happy trails. So that's the basic update as of now. Snowbird had a beer with lunch, which was definitely a good call. I drank all mine yesterday, those that didn't perforate and explode in my backpack anyway. So, yeah, I can do some quick calculations in my head. I think, at the road crossing, we'll have 16.9, which is roughly half. And we'll probably be there in a little over an hour. We started at 6. That'll be 12:30. Another 6.5 hours to go. Something crazy like that. Whatever it ends up being, I'm sure we're going to complete it. We haven't had any kind of days, even with some of the hard weather days that we've had. No days have really tested our resolve. Once we decide on a goal, we tend to get there. Again, notwithstanding that one time where I thought I would push forward to the hostel. That obviously didn't happen, but, extenuating circumstances, yeah, whatever. Wow, it's green around here. Alright, well, I wanted to make this clip because I'm sticking pretty close to the group today, so that we can all move quickly and efficiency and not have to worry about who's where doing what. Easier for decision making and stuff. So, I'll leave it there for now. And, hopefully the next clip will be some sort of a tale from Damascus. And, until then, happy trails, y'all.